Hello all, didn't make any dessert since many days. So today I've got you carrot cake with cream cheese frosting. For this we require 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cup of sugar, 1 cup oil or butter, 4 eggs, 2.5 cup grated carrots, 1 cup chopped walnuts. After that we need 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1.5 teaspoon baking powder, 1.5 teaspoon cinnamon powder which is optional, 2 teaspoon vanilla essence. Then for frosting we need 250 grams cream cheese, 100 grams butter, half cup icing sugar, 50 ml cream, half teaspoon lemon zest. Whenever you bake a cake, it's very important to take out all the ingredients precisely as per the recipe, otherwise your bake can go wrong. Mentioned initially in the recipe that we require 2 cups of all-purpose flour, but what I do is that I take 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of wheat flour. I feel the cake comes out more fibrous. Then these walnuts, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, vanilla essence, salt, cinnamon powder. Keep everything ready so that when you're preparing, it doesn't take much time to take the ingredients out. 4 eggs and juice. This I'll tell in the end why we require this. Then take your baking tin and parchment paper to line it in the bottom. I'll tell you first how to line the parchment paper properly. Take your parchment paper, fold it in a triangle shape like this as shown in the slide. Turn your cake tin. Measure from the middle till the circumference. Mark a line and cut it through the circumference line what we had made with the hand. Open it and you'll see it's exactly to the size of the bottom. Now apply a little butter over it or ghee, whatever you want. Brush it nicely all over the surface inside the pan and line your parchment sheet in the bottom and secure it tight. Prepare the tin like this and keep it aside to be used later. Before starting with the cake batter, what we need to do is we need to roast our walnuts for 4 to 5 minutes, then put them on the chopping board, chop them roughly and keep them aside also for using later. After doing this, set your oven to 180 degrees and keep it for preheating so that it's ready once we finish doing our batter. Let's start to make our cake batter. Take a stand mixer. If you do not have a stand mixer, take a mixing bowl and an electric whisk. I am using my stand mixer here. Put 4 eggs in it, put your sugar into it. Take the paddle attachment. We do not want to whip it too much, we just want to mix it nicely. So take the paddle attachment and mix it nicely till it froths up and the eggs become pale. You see the eggs have become frothy and the color has changed. Add the oil in it and the vanilla essence and again start mixing, first on the lower speed and then increase the speed of your mixer. Whip it 3 to 4 minutes on medium to high speed. Let it froth up and become airy and light. Once the wet mixture is done, move to the dry ingredients. Put your wheat flour, all-purpose flour, your baking soda, your baking powder, cinnamon powder and salt in it and sieve them all together. This way we will aerate the flour also before adding it to the wet mixture. By doing this step, we loosen the dry ingredients a bit, which will help eventually to make our cake airy and spongy. Slowly with the help of the spoon, after adding all the ingredients, sieve them all in the bowl underneath, slightly shaking it so that we can aerate it nicely. Once done sifting, add the dry mixture to the wet mixture in 2 batches. Add the first half, mix it on low speed so that the flour does not dust out. Once the first half is mixed slightly, add the rest of the flour and mix that too, first on low speed and then increase the speed and whisk it for just 1 minute. Because once we add the flour, we do not want to over whip it, as over whipping the flour activates the gluten in the flour which makes the cake stretchy after baking, which we definitely do not want. This step can be done by hand also, the mixing of the flour. I am just using my paddle attachment just for 1 minute. Done. After whipping it for 1 minute, add the carrots to it. Mix it just once, maybe for a few seconds. After the carrots are mixed properly, which will happen in a few seconds, remove your bowl from the whisk. Keep it aside. Give it one quick mix again with the spatula and add your walnuts to it. Give them one quick mix. After adding the carrots and the walnuts, the batter would feel a little thick. So what I do is, that's my own trick, I add 1/4 cup of any juice I have, preferably orange juice. Today I don't have orange juice, so I've added the red orange juice. Mix it well, the batter will thin out a bit. Don't worry, it will not hamper the cooking process or the cake texture anyhow. In fact, it adds on to the flavor of the cake. Once mixed well, your tin was ready. Let's pour all the batter in the tin and put it for baking. This cake takes a little longer than the normal cakes to bake. So if you're baking a normal cake for 30 to 35 minutes, this cake takes at least 50 to 55 minutes to bake, as it has carrots in it, which has a little moisture also. So it takes time to bake it completely. We'll put it in the preheated oven on 180 degrees and set the time to 40 minutes first. After 40 minutes, what you need to do is check on your cake and heat 4 glasses of water and pour that on the tray on which you have put your baking tin. By doing this, you are helping the cake not to get burnt on the bottom, as the cake time is longer than a plain cake. After pouring the water, we need to bake it for 15 more minutes. After that, check your cake from the middle by inserting a knife in it. If it comes out clean, your cake is done. If it doesn't, then bake for 5 more minutes. Now let's start with the frosting. Taken out the ingredients as per the recipe: butter, lemon zest, icing sugar, cream cheese and cream. Let's start whipping the frosting. For this, we again take our stand mixer, put the whisk attachment this time, add the butter to it and the sugar. Let it whip a little bit and cream up together. Once you see the butter and sugar has creamed up, we'll add our cream cheese to it and the lemon zest and whip them again. We need to make it airy and lighter. Whip this mixture for at least 2 minutes to soft peaks. Once it has whipped to soft peaks, add your cream to it and then give a whip again for 30 seconds and your frosting should be done. It's not necessary to do the frosting on this cake, as carrot cake tastes amazing by itself also. You can treat it as a tea cake or you can serve it with ice cream too. And yes, very important, if you are frosting the cake, make sure the cake has completely cooled down, because if you'll cut through the warm cake, the cake would crumble down and the frosting would also melt. Now let me show you how to release the cake from the pan and how to cut it from the middle. Pass a knife around the edges of the cake tin and release the cake from the cake tin like this, so that it comes out clean. Now remove the cake from the cake tin completely from the base too and start cutting it from the middle. Now this is the easiest way and the foolproof way to cut the cake from the middle. Take a dental floss, place it in the center of the cake and just tie a knot and pass it through. It will cut the cake evenly and nicely from the middle. Insert a knife and loosen both the layer once and then very gently place the top layer on a plate next to it. Slide a cake board under the cake before starting to frost it, because once we have frosted it, it will be very difficult to pick it up and shift it to a plate. If you don't have a cake board, you can put a plate also under. I have put a very thin layer of frosting in the middle just to explain it to you. If you're making it for any special occasion, you can double up or triple the amount of frosting also. Put all the rest of the frosting which we have made on the top and around the edges nicely and evenly. Again, if it is for a special occasion, you can always increase the amount of frosting or eat it without frosting also if you like. I'm just placing walnuts over it just to give it a little decorated look. That's again optional. If you really want to do it, you can do it. If you don't want, you can leave it as it is. Our carrot cake with cream cheese frosting is ready to serve. Suggestion here, if you serve it chilled, it will taste much better. Let's cut through it and see how spongy and soft it is from the inside too. Our beautiful, soft, spongy, fibrous carrot cake is ready to serve. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon for regular updates. Thank you for watching and see you again next time with another exciting recipe. Namaskar.